Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. It's good to see everybody. Cook's Jam for being here. Cook's Jam, Terry, for that wonderful introduction. Cook's Jam, thank you. Okay, so today I'll tell you a little bit about stories. Stories are a way that we, as Indigenous people here in the Nlaka'pamux, remember places, faces, fun, and family, and just kind of all kinds of adventures, right? So this one takes place a long time ago, before there were people, before the city, before the roads and the highways and the comfy houses that we live in. This was just the animals. And the animals lived in a sort of harmony, okay? They took care of each other, they lived well, you know, as well as you could. So, coyote, Nlaka'pamux. Can you say Nlaka'pamux? Nlaka'pamux? Nlaka'pamux! There we go. All right, I don't want to, hurt anyone's ears. Okay, so Nlaka'pamux is coyote, okay? So this story takes place a long time ago, and it's just the animals. And it takes place closer towards Kamloops Lake. Has anyone ever been to the Balancing Rock out there? The Coyote Rock? It's out towards Savannah. That's where this takes place. Okay? So just up in the hills from the Coyote Rock, the coyote, it's springtime, okay? Just kind of like now, but maybe April. And so it's a bit cold, it's a bit snowy still. And a long time ago, the snow was deeper. The weather was colder. The sun was hotter. It was crazier. So this happens one day. Coyote wakes up and he's like, his legs and knees and arms and back pop like a glow stick like mine. And he's just like, oh, well, all right, everyone's still asleep. I'm going to get out before anyone wakes up. Go hide. So as he's getting ready to go out and sneak out, grabs a little food, a little snack, a little snackaroo, and he's like, all right, I'm out of here. And so his mama coyote's there. She starts to wake up, and the cubs, they have 3 cubs, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, Maggie, Bart, and Lisa. And they wake up, and they're hungry. Yip, 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 yip. And Coyote's like, oh, so close, so far, oh, just at the door, and they catch him. So Mama Coyote's like, okay, where were you going? Nlaka'pamux, he's like, well, just to stretch my legs, go to the washroom. And she's like, yeah, right, you got a snack, you're going to go hide, you're going to just avoid us. And he's like, no, I love you. So much love. Holstein. Holstein. Can you say Holstein? Holstein. Holstein. Means I love you. Now you know another word. So Coyote's like, Holstein, Mama Nlaka'pamux, I love you. And she's not buying it. She's like, whatever. Okay, the least you could do is go find some food. Okay, we're getting down to the last bit of salmon, dried salmon. We're getting down to the last bit of berries and jerky. The cubs are hungry and they're like, you know, kids, right? They're just like zooming around him. And he's just like, oh, okay, but it looks pretty cold out there. Let me check. He puts out a paw. The snow is deep and it's at the door and he's like, honey, it's cold. I'm going to need my moccasins. Mama Coyote's like, oh. Okay, whatever it takes to get you out that door and to find some food, okay? Let's do this. So she goes and gets his moccasins, She has him tucked away in the back, gets him, brings him over, helps Coyote get him on. Nice and warm, you know, ties him up, nice and cozy. And he's like, yes. All right. Henceforth, I shall venture into the void of cold, freezingness, cold stuff outside the, you know what I'm saying? Mama Coyote's like, just go, scat, boo, get out. Kicks him and he's like, ow, ow. Nobody likes any drama around this family. Jeez, nobody appreciates it. Fine. So he's like, da 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 da. He thinks he's a Vegas showman. This is even before Vegas, right? So he's like, da 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 da. No kids, no responsibilities. Yoo-hoo! He's just running around, and then he stops. He's like, he sees someone. He's like, well, what should I do? Should I be nice or not so nice? And you see Spa'ach. Can you say Spa'ach? Spa'ach. Spa'ach. That means black bear. And bear just woke up too. You know, he's been hibernating all winter. He's hungry. You know, he's got the munchies. So he's like, I'm tired. And he looks up and he sees a beehive. He's like, oh, that would be great right now. Yes, honey. How do I get it? The tree is too thin for him to climb. It's a little tiny twig. So he's shaking it. The hive doesn't fall. He's sad. He's like, oh, I'm so hungry. I'm going to start turning hangry. Hangry. Spa'ach gets hangry. That's why you don't mess with bears. They look cute and cuddly. And then once they get hungry, they're like, oh. And Sklep's like, I can't be nice. So he gets, and he runs around, really quiet. And he sees Spa'ach, and Spa'ach is like, oh, I'm too old. How am I going to get up there? Where's my cubs? Dang it. Gee willikers. Oh. And then Spa'ach, he's like, well, maybe I'll go find them. Find my kids and get them to climb it. They can get it. Just then, Skelep grabs the tree and he shakes it. Spa'ach is just like, huh? Has a little poop. Turns around. Skelep's like, what's up, brother? I love you. And Spa'ach is like, stop that. Every single time. You know I've got a bad heart. You know I have irritable bowel syndrome. Come on. And Skelep's like, you should have seen the look on your face. It's like this. So, what's up, brother? Spa'ach is grumpy. He's like, I can't get that honey. And he's like, well, Skelep's like, I can't help you. Sorry. I've done my job for the day. See you. And he takes off. And Spa'ach is like, well, that's it. I've had enough of him. I'll figure out a way to get back. Spa'ach takes off. Coyote's like, da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. It's just like, too cool. He should be on Broadway if there was Broadway back then. But there wasn't. So he's just like trucking along. And then he sees Coyote rock, the balancing rock, and he's like, oh yeah. Here we go. He just goes down, climbs the rock, a beautiful sunny day. It's warm out, the snow is starting to melt a bit. Everything's starting to sort of come back to life. You can hear birds. He's like, oh, okay. Well, I think I worked up a bit of an appetite and a nap. Has a little snack. Some berries. He's like, yeah, hushum. Oh, I love it. Hushum. Can you say hushum? Hushum. Hushum. Soap berries. We make ice cream out of it too. It's really good. Packed with vitamin C. Superfood. So anyways, Coyote's like, all right, I'm gonna have a nap. Day passes. The sun moves across the sky. Coyote's all warm in his fur coat and his little moccasins. He's like, I feel great. Wakes up. Oh, jeez. Oh. Well, I guess I better get going. Looks at his moccasins. Dang it, what am I gonna do? You can tell I haven't done anything. All right, well, sits up and he goes, takes a look at his moccasins. Not quite. Looks again. Getting there. Then he does his legs. Does this a few times. Sufficiently worn out, down to like almost breaking through to his bare paws, or his coyote paws. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna go. So he takes off, climbs down Coyote Rock, and he's like, life is good, life is good. I'm a little hungry. Hopefully there's some food left today. Gets home, gets to the den. Ta-da! Hey kids! Hey honey, how's it going? What's going on? And the pups are still like, they're overstimulated, they're hungry. He's like, oh, what's going on here? Mama Coyote's just like, you deal with them. I'm gonna go outside for a walk. And he's like, okay, I got this. You go for a walk. Grumpy, jeez, nobody's happy to see me around here. So he takes care of the cubs, puts them to bed. Mama Coyote comes back. She's had 10 deep breaths. What am I going to do with that guy? Oh, Nlaka'pamux, what are you doing? What am I doing with that guy? My mom told me this and that, and I never listened. By the 10th breath, she's like, oh, he's okay. He's a work in progress. I can fix him. So she goes back in, and Coyote's like, hey, honey, how are ya? Just the headlines, love ya, miss ya, I'm back. But he says, look, I didn't get anything, and look at my moccasins. And they're just worn right down. You can see the paws. And he's like, I tried. I ran over here, and I ran over here. And I didn't see anything. And then I saw a rabbit. Then I saw a squirrel. I went after the squirrel. But it was too fast. And I know you don't like squirrel, but I tried. Mama Coyote's like, oh yeah? Well, you better have more luck tomorrow. He said, oh, I will. I will have more luck. It'll be fantastic. I'll bring home more food than ever before. She's like, yeah, right, whatever. All right, let's go to bed, I'm tired. They all fall asleep. Coyote has like bad dreams. I wonder why. Finally, it's daytime and he wakes up and he's like, yeah, oh, it's a beautiful day. I got this. Everyone's asleep. Headed for the door. Mama Coyote grabs his tail. Hey, honey, I was just going to go hunting. Oh, but I need my moccasins. She's like, I had a feeling you were going to say that. This is the last pair. And I'm not going to make any more because I have no more buckskin. You know Spot, he's so stingy, hard to trade with. He always wants honey. You know how hard that is to get? And he's like, Skilap's like, all right, I know. I'm sorry. I'll be extra careful this time. I'll get some rabbits. I'll get some chuckers. I'll get some squirrels. We will feast. Maybe a duck. Oh, yeah. Mama Coyote's like, I don't care. Just bring back something. These kids are driving me crazy. Gets the moccasins, the last pair. Puts them on Skilap. It's tough. They got paws. They don't have fingers or thumbs, you know, booger pickers. So it's tough for them. She gets them on, and Coyote's like, Skilap is like, well, don't I look handsome in these moccasins? Be careful, honey. I might fall in love when I'm out there. She's like, boo, get out. Go find some food now. Okay, I'm sorry. I love you. Bye. And the cubs are all like, hungry. They're down to their last bit of food. Skilap's like, I got this. And this time he's actually going to try. He's like, yeah, I got to feed the cubs. I don't want to disappoint Miss Coyote. You know, like, I can do this. I got this. I'm going to do it. I will hunt and get the most game ever. They'll love me. I'll get applause. I'll get hugs. It'll be great. Then he starts going. And he stops. And he sees something way up in a tree. And he's like, that looks like Spa'ach. Or I mean, Sha'a. Can you say Sha'a? Sha'a. Sha'a. Crow. Crow's up on top of a tree, and he's just like dozing off. The sun is hot, and he's just like sleepy. Skilap's like, I can't have that. He looks entirely too relaxed. Well, he goes and hides. Sha'a's like, huh? Marvin? Marvin? Is that you, Marvin? Skilap goes again. This time he's more awake. Marvin, is that you? Marvin! So he gets up and he's flying. How cool would it be to fly? He's flying away, looking around for his brother, Marv. And Coyote's like, Sha'a's scared. Oh, Marvin! Oh no! And he's flying, he's really freaked out, and he's calling out his brother's name. And Skilap's like, and he jumps out. Ah! Surprise, brother. It was me. Sha'a lands gracefully. Well, that wasn't very cool. That wasn't very nice. Why'd you do that? Come on, you know I don't like that. Why you always got to do that, huh? Why you always got to tease me? And he's like, I don't know. It's in my nature. I don't know. Anyways, the look on your face was great. It was like this. And so he's like, well, I don't know what I was going to do today. I forget. But I think I need a nap. So he takes off, and Sha'a takes off. He's kind of, he's mad. He's like, well, I'll get you. So he flies and flies and flies up. And Sklep's like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Climbs up top of the rock. And he's like, oh, I deserve this nap. I worked hard. It was fun. Everyone loves me. This is great. Just a little nap. Just a little tiny, tiny, tiny nap. Time passes. Again, hours go by. Coyote needs about 8 hours a day, followed by 8 hours at night. Then he's well rested. So he gets up. Oh, what was I going to do again today? I can't remember. I'm going to go home. I'm hungry. So he climbs down Coyote Rock, the balancing rock, and he's a little tired. So he's like, oh, just sort of shuffles in. Hi, honey, I'm home. And the kids are like, they're running around his ankles, and he's just like, oh, I couldn't find anything. And again, his moccasins are worn right down because he's tricky. So he shows them, look, I tried. There were so many rabbits. They were playing games with me, running around with me, and I couldn't get any of them. Squirrels, too. They're running. Even a couple of ducks. They were just like, look at me, I'm so tasty. Yummy, I'm a duck. Woohoo! Couldn't catch him. I couldn't catch him. So Mama Coyote's like, well, isn't that interesting? Because, we've had a couple of guests since you've been away. He's like, oh, really? Who, my brother? And they're like, nope. Come in, Spotch. Come in, Sha'a. Coyote's like, ah. Makes a little fart sound. Ah, scaredy farts. Hey, guys. How's it going? What's new? And they're like, oh, well, we saw you sleeping on top of that big old balancing rock. Your rock. Skelep rock, Mr. Fancy Pants. He's like, that wasn't me. That was not me. That was my brother, Ferdinand. Come on. Ferdy's, he's around this territory too. That wasn't me, honest. Oh, really? I was like, I remember you. Ha, ha, ha. You had those moccasins on. Ferdy's got moccasins too. Not like those. Spotch is like, you scared me. You didn't help me get any honey. And Coyote's like, that wasn't me. That was my brother. Ferdinand, he's kind of a jerk. I don't know. He's handsome though, kind of like me. So he's like, just like, shh, trying to get them to be quiet. And they're like, nope, we're not going to have it. We saw what you did. You napped. You didn't go hunting. You didn't even try to go hunting. You just scared us and then buggered off and went and climbed the thing and went to sleep. So there. And Coyote's like, snitches get stitches. Ah, get you. Mama Coyote grabs him by the collar, drags him over by the door. So, I think I'll believe them today because 2 days in a row, you brought back nothing and you worn out the moccasins. She's like, I'm never making moccasins for you again. For you or any other animal. You've spoiled it for everyone. He's like, I love you. I love the kids. I'll be better honest, I promise. I'll try. And she's like just shaking him. He's like, can I just have a nap? She's like, you've been napping all day. Kicks him out, boof. And don't come back till you have more food. And Coyote's outside the den, and he's like, have pity upon me. And that's how animals lost all the moccasins, because of scalap. Turkey. So Cook's Jam. Thank you. Hope you like that. And stay tuned for more fun stuff coming up. I'd like to thank my grandma and grandpa, Mary and Jacob Anderson, for sharing all these stories and helping me become a storyteller. So Cook's Jam. Thank you.